Welcome to Sim UK. Today I have a fantastic game to show you. It's pre-release. This is coming out on the 28th of March 2017, so you've got 3 days to look at this and think about it before you buy it. I don't know how much it's going to be on Steam. I don't know the exact price of this, but I'm expecting somewhere around the £10 mark, I'd have thought, based on what I've seen so far. There's a demo for this game, so after you've watched this, feel free to go and pick it up. I'll leave a link even in the description below. And yeah, this is Bomb Squad Academy, and pretty much like Ron Sill, it does what it says on the tin. Let's just pop into the options here a second. Now, some of the things you can do is you can have long timers on or off. Obviously, this is the timer, this is a circuit board, and the whole thing is attached to a bomb, and we don't want that going off. So if you're finding it difficult, and they do get increasingly more difficult, I'm going to play this until I blow up, and then that's going to be the end of the review. Unless, of course, I blow up on the first one, in which case there'll be a second try. But anyway, if you're finding it difficult, you can extend the timers. So instead of having a minute or 30 seconds or whatever it is, you'll have, I don't know, 2 minutes. I haven't tried it actually. Visual current. So on the board itself, when you make a switch and you change these settings, you can actually see the electric current flowing, and that gives you a good indication of what's going to happen next, and it just makes life easier. So I'm going to leave that on for now, but you can turn it off to make it more difficult. In fairness, I don't think it's that much more difficult, because although you can see the flow, and maybe psychologically it does help you a tad, but really you have to think about what you're going to do before you hit a switch anyway. So I don't know. Maybe it helps, maybe it makes it harder. I don't know. But anyway, explosions, timer, background music. Let's turn that off actually. That's a bit better. Okay, so, new game. I've played the demo, and the demo is fantastic. I immediately had to get onto these guys and just say, please let me do a review on this. I think it's a fantastic game. This is my kind of thing all over. It's technical, it's challenging, it's puzzle oriented, it's beautiful to look at. I mean, okay, it's not, I don't know, Battlefield 1 or Steep or something like that. It's not that kind of beautiful, but it's really nicely done. Very professional finish. I think it's great. I really like it. Now, in the demo, I think there were 15 levels, and obviously you can see that level select is currently greyed out. So I don't know how many levels there are in total. I'm hoping once I start a new game, maybe when I blow up, I'll come back out and this level select will be on and we can see how many there are. But for now, I don't really know. There's at least 15. I know that much. Okay, so let's have a look-see here. Let's jump into this. Okay, guys. So having played a bit of the game, I have unlocked the level select option. I think that should be on from the start, but anyway, it isn't. And this indicates here, I'm not going to count these, but each one of these squares indicates a level which you have to complete. So basically, this is how many there are. So I'm going to squeeze this in the video somewhere, and hopefully, there's quite a few there. Let's say, I don't know, guesstimation around about 50 levels, something like that. And some of these are very complex. You're going to have to think about it a bit. Hopefully, this developer will be able to produce more DLC, more bombs to disarm. That'd be fantastic. Anyway, okay. I just thought I'd share this little clip with you, and let's get on with the review, I guess. And this is the tutorial. Welcome to the Academy. Let's jump right in and review the basics of electronics. Now, I mean, this is basically what you're going to be presented with. You'll have the circuit board. In this instance, there's no bomb because this is training. And like this background sort of moves and slides around as you move your mouse. And that's basically it. It's all about the circuitry. And you can see here these dotted lines. That represents the electrical current. And if I switch this, fires the buzzer off, you see? Electrical current flows from circuit to circuit like water. I shouldn't have done that first. I should have thought about it. Batteries are current sources. They will always supply current to connected components, unless the battery runs out. But anyway, this is a switch. Let's continue. Switches can control the flow of the current on and off. You see how the current flows through, hits the buzzer, and we get the noise. That's basically how a circuit works. try flipping the switch to allow the current to flow to the buzzer. And I've done it 20 times already, so we'll just do it one more time to complete the tutorial. Great, the current now flows to the buzzer, as you can painfully hear. Now the tutorial is basically like this all the way through, but I find it absolutely perfect. It's really nicely done, very smart, very clever. I'm impressed. LEDs are small lights that turn on when current flows through them. So here's an LED here, 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 and here, and you can see that the electrical current stops here, flows through to here. Ta-da. Now, again, I'm supposed to be doing the tutorial, so I'm kind of jumping ahead because I've already done the tutorial, but here we go. They can help you quickly see the state of a connection, which is good. Great, you're getting the hang of this. Perfect. Let's move on. Oh my god, what is this? It looks dangerous. Now look, we've got 4 minutes and 55 seconds, so no pressure on this one. This box is some kind of detonation controller. You have to disarm it before the timer runs out. Don't worry though, there is plenty of time on the clock for us to go over how it works. Look, this device has 4 pins, 1 power pin, 1 detonate pin and 2 disarm pins. So this is the power pin, you can see the LED light is on. This is the detonate pin, so any power that comes through here is going to set this thing off. So let's just turn that switch off now. This is kind of how I do it, by the way. If you want a sort of instruction on how best to approach this, I always try and identify the detonator and switch it off. Try and lock it out so that it can never go off. And then if I do something wrong up here, it's still not going to blow up, hopefully. Now, to disarm this, you need to have A and B on. Some have 3, some have 1. Some you have to cut the power, but we'll come to that in a minute. Let's progress. Be careful. This detonation pin will trigger the bomb immediately. I'll kind of repeat myself now. To disarm it, you need to activate pins A and pin B. You could also cut the power altogether, but that's not possible in this case because the power pin is connected directly to the battery. So here's the battery. You can see the power flows all the way up here, across this line and into the power. So there's nowhere here to cut the power. If this was wire, you could cut the wire. If there was a switch here, you could turn it off. But in this instance, you cannot do that. Go ahead and try to disarm the bomb. Okay, so we've isolated the detonator. Flick all these on. Fantastic. You didn't fall into the trap. We all get to live. Now, the trap was that this was on. Now, I'm not sure if this will blow up when I do it, but I'm going to switch it on and you'll see. See how the detonate light comes on? That would have blown up, you see? And this was on to start with. So it was kind of a test of your observation skills, I guess, to make sure that you secure the detonator before you do anything else, basically. Right. I think you're getting the gist of it. I certainly am. This is the first real test. Good luck. Okay, oh my god, we've got a minute and this is a proper bomb. So there's the detonator. Switch coming through there, so that cannot be turned on. This one looks safe, and this one looks safe. Oh no, there's a third one, C. How am I going to do this without it detonating? Oh, it's like a trick. Here's the power source. If you follow the power source, there's a button here. Kill the power. Do you see? Because now the electrical source no longer goes all the way around the outside and puts power to the device. So that is how I defuse that bomb. Okay, next level. That was totally different to the tutorial, so threw me a curveball there. Right, second challenge, here we go. 1 minute. It says hurry. Right, so the power source comes down. Okay, so we can't cut the power. It's a permanent power source. Here's the detonator. So if we turn that off, we've secured this line here. That's the only way it gets power. So I guess that's that done. Nice and easy, is it not? Now, half the time, they are quite simple to start with, because obviously it doesn't want to scare the living daylights out of you before you begin, although looking at the one in the background here, it looks a little bit more worm and squirrely like, so that could be confusing. But basically, what I've found is mistakes that you make tend to be the problem here. If you're not paying attention, obviously you've got the pressure of the timer running down. If you make a decision before you've really thought it through, that can effectively bite you in the bottom. But let's have a go at this one. Hey! This one I've never seen before. It looks a bit more interesting. Here's the power line. Can I cut the power? Wow, there is power coming from everywhere. So I can't cut the power. 48 seconds. Oh my goodness. That's okay. Here's the detonator. There's no additional wires, so I'm fairly confident, having secured the detonator, that it's a straightforward solution. There we go. Job's a good one. Now these are the ones I really like, because this is like Hollywood. You know, Hollywood movies, when you cut the wires, like the blue, the green, the yellow, or the red. You have to think about it. And if you get it wrong, everybody dies. Sometimes you'll see boards with wires. Wires work just like traces. They allow the current to flow from one component to another. However, small wires like these can be cut. Go ahead, turn off all 4 LEDs. That's not what it said, but that's what it means. Okay, clickety, 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 click. Now, this isn't a bomb. This is an example of how this works. Excellent, but remember, just because you can cut a wire doesn't mean you always should, especially because you cannot uncut a wire. Now, technically, I'm not sure that's true, because you probably could, you know, reconnect that if you really wanted to, but in this game, at least, you cannot. So, let's progress. Whenever you're ready. Oh my gosh. 1 minute. So here we have a wire. Do we cut it? Do we not? Where's the detonator? Detonator is here. That's pulling source off here. So if I cut that, I didn't think that through. But I think we're okay. Perfect. We defuse the bomb. So what would have happened here is that the power would have come through here on this switch. If I'd have switched this on, it would have come up this wire, powered this line here, and hit the detonator. So all we had to do was cut the wire. It's just a test to make sure you understand, I guess. Looks like a single wire was too easy. How about 3? Now look at this. Look, they're entwined. Oh, okay, now I need to think about this one a little bit. Here's the detonator, coming all the way up to this point. So I'm fairly confident that if I cut the detonator, then nothing I do can blow us up. Pretty straightforward. It gets way, way, way more difficult than this. Oh, this is totally new. Okay, so this is going to give us a, well, I don't know. Can I click on these? No. So it looks like there's maybe about 10 on each. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So maybe as many as 80 levels, maybe even 100 levels, because it's 11. There were 9 here, 11 on this, so that's 20 there. I don't know if these will increase or not, but you can see that they get more and more complex. Flip-flops, I don't know what any of this stuff is. Right, let's start this section. Logic gates. Okay, let's look at our first logic gate. This red component here is an AND gate. The AND gate only lets current flow through if both inputs have current flowing in. Try for yourself. So, for example, this single current here is not enough to make the AND switch work. Neither is this one, but both together gives us the annoying buzzer. Okay. Can I beat this circuit? I don't know. So we've got a couple of AND gates here. This is the detonator. So if we switch that off, we have secured the detonator. Hang on, let me just... no, I can't turn the power off. Okay, so we've got plenty of time. Boom. Very, very simple. So basically here, if I hadn't have secured this switch, then this AND switch would have had 2 lines of power, and it would have powered the detonator, and that would have been the end of me. But quite straightforwardly, basically, if you've definitely secured the detonator, there's no way of power getting to that, then you can just switch everything else on, basically, as long as you've checked it, because there might be a wire up here coming round and connecting to this. You just, think about it a bit. Pretty straightforward. Nothing too technical yet. Wow, this board has a lot of switches. Maybe you should flip them all. I think maybe that's a trap. Okay, so here's the detonator. Oh my god. Well, that was absolutely silly. That was absolutely silly, ridiculously silly. As I say, 99% of the time, it's you making a silly mistake. What I was going to say was, this is already switched off, so don't switch it on. You can see that it's secure. The detonator is not going to go. So turn everything else on because it's secure. Simple as that. I can't believe I just blew myself up. Anyway, we've just hit the 15-minute mark. There's a lot more of these bombs to disarm, if you will. I'd love to keep doing these. Hopefully you find this interesting. I think this game is fantastic, and trust me, we're still at very, very easy level. This gets incredibly complex very soon. So if you'd like to see some more of me playing this game, then please leave me a comment in the comment section and just indicate that you enjoyed this video. Hit the like button. If you're not already subscribed, then subscribe. I can't speak today. Then subscribe so that you can be alerted to any other videos that we put up. And yeah, basically that's it. This is Bomb Squad Academy. It comes out on the 28th of March on Steam 2017. I don't know what the price is. I don't think it's going to be astronomical. If it was, I'd be surprised. But it's very, very good. It's very neat. It's very classy. It's very tidy. It's challenging as heck. And it's actually a lot of fun. I really quite enjoy it. So anyway, guys, that's all from me. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Goodbye for now.